Yo, let's rock! Oh wow, it's been quite a while. How is everyone doing? Let's do this thing. Right. So we got a bit of an explaining to do. It's been a little while since I have done a stream at all, and we have got quite a lot to catch up on. So apologies for it being as long as it has. The part of the reason is I've just had too many other things going on, and it's not been anything serious. Everything's all good, but and we've got to move this little fella down here. Hey, right. Let's see. So I can. Wonder if I can just kind of like get the angle. Oh, there you go. It's fine. Right. Yeah. So like I think so. UFO 50 was absolutely fantastic. I genuinely have got that down as, you know, when like as someone who is who's been playing computer games his whole life, when I say UFO 50 could be the best game I've ever played, that's one of those statements. It's like, I don't say that lightly. That could be the best game I've ever played. Now, I don't think it's there. It's probably in my top 3 or something, you know, but it's so good. And I think that's the thing. When I finally had done everything, it's like I'd finally cherried every single game, and it took me almost a year. I was like, that has been one of the most fantastic challenges of my life. Like, absolutely brilliant. Really, really enjoyed it. Really glad. It was like one of those, it's like part of me wanted to prove to myself that I'm not getting old. I still got it, and I did it. And then I was a little bit of a loose end. I was trying to work out on what game that I wanted to work on next. And I had some ideas. It's like, I really do love what's it called? I really do love. I love games that are, you know, because I played that Curiosity, right? And I love games that are like kind of punishing in that you have got, you know, if you fall miles back, so you've got to be really careful, and you've got your sort of stomach in your chest, so to speak, when you're like, oh god, please don't die, please don't die. You know, I like that excitement, and I was thinking of making a game about that, and I've got a really good idea for one, but I just couldn't quite. There was too many sort of blanks in my head, so I didn't. But we're going to work on something different today. So before I even started streaming, I was working on a game called Boxitaire, which I think I was trying to advertise at various different points. And I think we might. It didn't even occur to me, but can I do that? Yeah. So Kotix, let's rock. Oh, you're Mugenics. Oh, fantastic. Sorry, hold on. Wait a sec. Yes, okay, good. You can still hear. Yeah. Oh, yes. I tell you what, I've been very intrigued with Mugenics, but as you've probably heard, Slay the Spire 2 has come out. But yeah, really. Oh, Vivax as well. Let's rock. Wow, I've got proper. Everyone's here today. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. Oh, I do appreciate that. And yeah, really, really good. Yeah, and yeah, don't worry. Enjoy your Mugenics thing. I was properly in the zone. Yeah, I did a lot of Slay the Spire 2. That's the one that I'm into. At the moment, I played that till a sort of ridiculous hour last night. But I was very intrigued with Mugenics, yeah. But yeah, so anyway, this is the rough game that was originally for mobile. Now, as it is, it's just been taken off the mobile, so you can't play it. Right, so ignore all of this adverts. This is just like a teaser for what the game is like. But I'm working on essentially a slightly better graphics, nicer, smoother, more feel good, more dopamine-y, more like a, oh yes, hit that thing sort of game. So let's go back to my main setup, and yeah, we'll be ready to actually test. Yeah, so this is basically where we're up to at the moment. So it's still not looking super great, and there's no sound at the moment. But so this way it's a slightly different. It fills the whole screen, because if you think the actual screen before was very much for a portrait, like mobile sort of game, whereas this now can fill the whole screen. And I've got a bunch of other stuff that I want to put over here, and I've done a certain thing where, like, you know, because part of me wants to actually make it feel quite good. So when you get a good enough, let's see how good, how big a box I can make. We go like that. Yeah, at the moment as well, there's no timer, so I've got forever, and that's pretty much as good as I can get it. It's just I've done this quite cool effect, right? If you press it once, it does a little crack and then it smashes, right? and then I'll explain what this top stuff is at some point. Don't worry, we'll get to there. So, like, I've actually done a bit of work. This is all off stream, so this is kind of the first time anyone's actually seen any of the new stuff. So, yeah. And you can actually see the crack, because the problem is that crack effect looks really good, but it kind of looks better when it's not the gold thing. So let's have a look. So when it's on something like this, it just feels quite good. It's like smash. I just quite liked that effect. It did need a bit of tweaking because, like I said, I've done quite a bit of work off stream. But why have I done lots off stream? It's because I wanted to do some game dev, but I couldn't quite work out. I needed to actually make a bit of a start because I was just a little bit scared of doing the entire thing. Entirely like on stream, like I did with Rumpletown. But I have done a little bit. But at the moment, there isn't actually a game to be had here. All we've got is like that. There's no. You're not up against any time. I can spend as long as I like here. And yeah, there isn't, like I say, there isn't too much of a game to be had. But one thing that you also do, which I quite like, is you can see this bar on the right side here. It's looking like, maybe 40% full. And every time we get a box, depending on how big the box is, let's see if I can get it quite big. There we go. Like that. That's not going to quite work. Anyway, if you look at that bar there and you break it, it goes up a bit. Right now, I've got a little quick command so that I can just boost it up a bit and then boost it up again, right? And then, hold on, my head's in the way, so moving everything. Sorry, I meant to just move my hold on. Have I still everything's still aligned, isn't it? Yeah. I think it's fine. Right. I was kind of hoping to just move. No, I can't seem to do that. Anyway, right. You have to imagine right now, it says the word rush. You're going to have to trust me. So when you press this, then it sort of like goes into rush mode, right? Where like you then have, you've got like a timer. So this bar's going down and you got to smash it. And then it starts off quite easy, and this bar's going down, but then quite soon you'll have two shapes, so it kind of gets a little bit more difficult. And there we go. So now it's 3. So that can go there. Or I can do it. Yeah, there we go. Right, and then it just runs out of time, and then you go back in. And so I like the idea that it's like, oh wow, I'm in rush mode. Oh, here's all the exciting stuff that's happening. So that's good. So what we're actually looking to do today is we want to have some sort of like intro screen. And here's what I'm going to do, something quite interesting, right? Is when you're like, as much as there's going to be a sort of intro screen which is going to say Boxitaire Rush, as soon as you start, right, maybe get rid of this score, but you're going to have the ability to just play for no, like, not to actually achieve anything, but just for sort of satisfaction, where you can just be like, oh yeah, while you're actually thinking about what game mode you're going to do, this is going to be available for you. And so you'll be like, oh, what game mode? And I think over at the side there's going to be like the choices of different game modes. But you're going to be able to just kind of like have a little bit of fun and yeah, just sort of chill out. That's my sort of general plan. So what we're going to go for now is now I think before anything I actually want to make some sort of game mode itself. So something where we've got a challenge to be had, and we're going to make a game over screen. Now, for the time being, the game over screen is going to be the most basic thing ever, right? It's going to be so basic that like that everyone's gonna be sad. So here we go. Right, create. scene. New scene, yep, and it's going to be called Game Over Scene. And it's going to have this god awful like purpley colour, right? We're going to go 3D object, Text Mesh Pro over here, and we're going to have the font size slightly smaller. Let's just say 30. And the fact that it's slightly off is brilliant. And this is going to say Game Over. And let's go. Oh god, let me just at least do the solid of centralizing it. Oh no, that is centralized apparently. Oh yes, no, we can press this button here, which makes it central. Okay, that is the game over scene. All right. So now we need to go into build profiles. It used to be it's not build profiles. I think it might be build profiles, but it's just slightly different. Build profiles. Yeah, so we actually add, so we've got the sample scene, add scene, okay. I can't remember, how would you normally add the scenes before? They've changed this, haven't they? Because normally you'd be able to choose what scene you wanted to put in. Anyway, right, that's fine. So now, all that's done is it's meant that we can officially go from our actual, let's go save that scene. We can go back to so the sample scene, which is the main game mode, right? And what we want to do is just have an ability to swap to the game over scene, right? We're not going to worry too much about going from the game over screen back, but we want to just have the ability so far so that when the game over happens. When game over happens, we just go to that game over scene. It's going to look horrible and it's going to be clicky and it's going to be, but that is what our general aim is to do today. So how are we going to make a game over screen? So the way that you get game over in this is if the conveyor belts get full and then there's no more space for these shapes to come, and then everything explodes and then it's game over. Now, as it is, there's no possible way of filling these conveyor belts up anymore because it's meant to be on a sort of timer where it fills up more and more. But that is not the case here because it only fills up to build itself back up to 3. So we are going to get some sort of timer so that every certain period of time another shape is made. So let's work on that now. So so what I've done already is I've actually stolen a little bit of code from the original Boxitaire, because apart from that, almost everything else is new. And if we made chaos, I think that's what we're looking to do. I think if we have game in motion, let me have a look. So what we want to do is I've got a particular script somewhere here, which is like, I've got it as game master script, edit script, and now so there's game type, which is actually something slightly different, but public enum will have I think we can have game mode as well, which feels like it could mean the same thing, but it doesn't quite. And we're going to have, let's just type in the standard marathon and chaos. And I'm going to say, yeah, we'll just stick with those for the time being. That's all that really matters. So, and what we've got here, game type, and then we'll actually have another one, which is public game mode, current game mode. That's fine. And for the time being, we're only going to work on chaos. Let's see. Right. Now we've got to work out energy-wise. I'm feeling properly pumped today. This is exciting. Right, so now that we've done that, so if we go into Game Master, we actually want to have it as chaos. So when we start the game. In fact, what I'll do as well, even though this might be a little bit awkward, I actually want one of the game modes to be menu. So that way, like, I will eventually have the ability to like have like the main menu screen where you can play Boxitaire as well. That's what I'm looking to go for. But we marathon, so we'll swap that back over to Chaos, and I think, yeah. And so what we want to do is when we summon everything, when everything starts and gets summoned, the particular rules are going to be in place. So what's going to happen? So on the game creator, so what will we actually this is where it gets a bit confusing. We can actually keep it. I want to kind of keep a lot of this stuff here, and this is going to look a little ugly because but that's okay. So right, so time between each box addition. I don't know if this is going to be exactly where we're going to keep it. So this is going to be a public float. Time between each, yeah, that's good. Reduction in time between each box. So what that's saying is every 2 seconds a new, and actually we probably should change that to something like time between each, yeah, something like time between each shape addition, right? Reduction in time between each box. So that's another public float. And yeah, and like I say, we're going to get rid of these numbers at some point. I don't think we need to worry too much about conveyor box total. That one we don't need to worry about too much. Set number of boxes, that doesn't matter. Oh, number of shapes before game over. I've got to remember what all of these are because this is me taking old code. So number of boxes. I'm going to say that one could be a public int. And that one... no, maybe not, maybe not. Nah, seems a bit too confusing. Right. Number of value upgrades per level. Ah, okay. So this is every time we effectively go up a level, but we might not need it. Let's just go int. That one still might have some relevance, so we'll keep it. We'll keep it, but and we'll worry about the numbers in a little bit. That's something that we'll worry about in a bit. Don't worry. Okay. Number of shape upgrades again. That one shouldn't matter too much. We can leave that. That one. Number of value upgrades per level. Yeah, we can probably have. Okay. I've got a new keyboard as well. It handles so much nicer. That one is irrelevant. Prioritize squares. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And dropping mode. Oh yes, that one we do actually want that. We want to keep that. So dropping mode, although we should, so what dropping mode means is once you've made a box, yeah, so once you've actually created a box, what I had in chaos mode was as soon as you did that, all of the blocks instantly fall down. And that was what dropped. But what I should do, like now that we've actually evolved a little bit beyond that, we should actually create in here. This is where I've got a bunch of enums. This is why I quite like this script. Is we can just keep all of our main like enum stuff outside. So this is actually technically not part of the game master script. This is just random code from outside, right? But I keep it on here. So public enum, which will be box drop mode, box drop type. And I've got never drop drop after size 25 and bigger And we can always change this, but always drop. Okay, so I think that seems fine. Okay, so that way we can just, that way makes a bit more sense. So now we can go back to where we were, which was over here. So we should actually have what did I call it? I forgot what I called it. I called it box drop type. So yeah. So box drop type, and that will be current box drop mode. Now I want to change it to box drop mode now. Yeah, okay, sorry, just changing my mind in real time. Let's change it to that. So this will indicate like how the boxes are going to drop. So let's stick with that. We can just get rid of all of this, and we can get rid of that, and that, and that, and what we should probably do. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's a good start. Now, when we start, we're going to have some sort of function which will be set game mode type, something like that. Control M. Let's just close everything. And when we actually create game, so this is all going to happen. So I think right here we're going to fit a function which will be set parameters for current game. Okay, so that's fine. And I'm just going to have a public void set parameters. Here we go. We got them. We got there eventually. Okay. So now we can actually use a little bit of this old code. I want to go. Oh, okay. That's interesting what I've done there. I don't think we need to keep that. We can just go switch game master script dot instance dot current game mode. So the reason that there's like points and loop, that's a bit confusing. I might not even worry about that, but we'll worry about that so later. So case current game mode dot chaos break, and we're only going to worry about that. So we want to keep a lot of these values, but not all of them. So let's just copy all of this, and then we'll change it to what we want. Time between each shape edition equals that. Reduction in time between each box is that. I think that's actually should be in between each shape. I think. Let's go rename that. So the idea is every time you play a shape, you have slightly less time between each thing. So that's good. Conveyor box total. I think we just got rid of that. That doesn't matter. Don't need to worry about that. Set number of boxes. Don't need to worry about that. So number of, what's that? I thought I actually had that. Yeah, I don't think we need that either. That's okay. And soon we're going to sort of start making magic. Value upgrades, we don't need to worry about that one there. And I think that I'm going to just down that to 1. just for purposes, for reasons. Number of shapes that are needed for level up. It's okay. Don't think we need any of that there. In fact, current box drop mode equals always drop. Okay. All right. So at the moment we're just setting numbers and haven't actually done anything. Oh yes. So like what I did, well, yeah, sorry, I was miles away. I was probably in the zone there by accident. But like what I did before in my original Boxitaire game, you'd have different game modes, and like, yeah, all these kind of meant something. It sort of added to the challenge. And Chaos is effectively what most people had as the funnest game mode, because it gets into the action straight away. You know, it's like you can really test your mettle of how good you are at the game in how good you are at Chaos mode, because that is instantly challenging straight away. So we're going to try and get a, like, our main goal is to have a reasonable game mode, which is going to be Chaos, and be able to create a game over screen, right? But yeah, so like I've been sort of waffling for a little bit, but this will hopefully make sense eventually. So now, in the create game routine, we're literally just going to say set parameters. Okay, so before we do anything else, let's just check that all those numbers do actually do something. So here are all the numbers here. Let's not go, we just go play focused here. So we're just going to play on the smaller screen, and we want to check that these all update. Let's have a look. Hold on. Yeah, so we are getting those error messages. I'm not really sure why. So this looks like it's changed everything to exactly what we want. Okay, so I think we need to have a new script, which will be, in fact, let's keep that open. A script that's going to keep track of all of these. So let's see. Let's just go for it. So scripts in game, create mono. So it's also one thing which took me a very long time to work out is it's saying create mono behavior script, Neil, which is what I'm going to do. It used to say create C# script. So it took me so long to work out. It's like, how do I create a script? That's like, that's the whole thing of programming. How do I do the thing that I want to do? But it is now saying create mono behavior script. So what are we going to call this? We're going to have this as, oh, right, okay. We've got to come up with a creative name. And this is going to, bear in mind, this game could take me, Yes, that's a good point. So, I mean, like, to be fair, it's not the end of the world. Right, okay, this is going to be a really big script. So this is going to be called something like game updater script. But I kind of want to, you know, we want to give it a fun name. Yes, yeah. Finally back in the, oh yeah, and how's it all rocking? But yeah, that's really cool. How's it all rocking? Yeah. At the moment, we're thinking of a name for this. It's going to be called the Game Updater Script, but it could be literally like Jeff or something, right? Because I want to add fun, right? I want to like add like names of scripts where, like, as long as the actual key information is there, then we can just add another random name. It's like one of them, like when I was making Boxitaire originally, we called it something like it's called the Box Checker script, and I was like, oh well, now given that there's a place in Parliament called the Chancellor of the Exchequer, I was like, oh, we're going to call it the Chancellor of the Box Checker, right? So this will be the Game Updater script. We're going to call it let's have a look. Oh, Game Runner, let's go. Yes, Game Updater. Yeah, actually, what Game Runner? Yeah, actually, you know what? That makes sense as well. So yes, right, done. Okay, and bear in mind, it's going to be very much like whoever gets in there first. Yeah, so Game Runner Updater. That sounds like a good idea. So this is going to be quite an important script. We're going to. Oh yes. Right. Now, if anyone works in Unity C with C#. Oh yes. Okay. Right. Okay. The next script, Vivax, don't worry. You can pin it. The next one, you can go for it. As long as it doesn't sound anything too dodgy, then I'm absolutely 100% fine. The generic Greek god. Right. So we're going to add this bad boy. Let's go into. If I press there, we go into there, and game runner, update a script. Let's go. I mean, that is actually a really sensible name as well. I like it. Oh, sorry, I do apologise. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know. For some reason. It might be a symbols thing. Okay, yeah, sorry. I don't know because I think you're already whitelisted, so I'm not sure. But I think if you did a few less. Oh, right. Now, as a general rule, we okay, all right. So, ideally not swear words, but we could still put something like the cow copulator. I think that seems like a nicer, sort of more innocent name. Okay. Right, but it's already right. That's okay. So, it's a good start. It's a good start with 37 minutes in, and we've already resorted that. But don't worry, I will call it something like that. Anyway, right, for currently the slightly more innocent sounding name. Yes, the cow impregnator. Yes, you know what? That's even better. Right. But anyway, for the game runner updater. So what we need first of all is we're going to have a game. Hold on, it's box monster script. So why have we got the box monster script? So this is going to be public, and we'll just call it current box monster script. Okay, and what is the purpose of this? And we're going to have a public void set box monster script. Oh man, this keyboard is so much better. And then we're going to have one of the arguments is going to be the box monster script. That's fine, and then current box equals that. So I'll tell you what the box monster script does in a bit. We'll find out eventually. Danger noodle. Oh, nice. Right, okay, but now, to be honest, I was going to say the cow copulator, but the cow impregnator sounds good. Right, next time we make a script, that is what it's going to be called. It's going to have the important part of the information first, and then just cow impregnator. Sounds perfect. Right, so now that we've done that, we're going to go. Let's have a look. What we also want to do is this is going to be a script that other things are going to need to get access to. So public static instance. Oh, that's nice. So it's upgraded it with the capital I there. So all of my variables, pretty much, apart from unless they're arguments, I always have as start with capital letters. It just looks nicer. I don't know why everyone else doesn't. There's probably a good reason. Instance equals this. Boom. Okay, so good start. All right, half worth it. To be honest, that is probably a sensible thing. What I quite like is there's the odd little treat that you get, right? Is when you look back on old code and you think, why did I name it that? That your code matches other code in the ecosystem, maybe more important. Yes, all of what you're saying makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to ever say no, you're doing it all wrong. No, what you're saying does make a lot of sense. Which is why I think you still need to say it's like this is what the function of the code does, and then it's like now that we've done that, we can have some fun. Right, so that we'll need to set this, and now we're going to have a something like public bool. I'm going to say game running, but we might not need that because I think I've got other booleans to say that the game is currently running. In fact, I do. If we go game master script, right, what's happening here, this routine is a complicated way of creating everything. So when you saw all the summons and everything, all the boxes and everything coming up, that's what's happening over here. And then game in motion, right, game in motion, that's what we've got to look at. So that's actually very important. And there's another thing that we need to look at where it's something like where we're in rush mode. So if I go to definition, there is somewhere, bool in rush mode. So I don't think this, this one here, so that's just, I'm glad I know that. So now I'll explain why that is the case, but we're going to have a public void game run start game we'll have start game updater, and then we're going to have a private I enumerator game updater routine. So now we're going to start coroutine over like that, and what I want to happen is, so we don't actually need this. We don't need this boolean because we've already kind of got it. While game master script dot instance dot oh no, it's game master creator, so ignore me, don't worry, we're getting there. Game creator master script dot instance dot game in motion. We're going to have yield return null, and then if game master script dot instance dot rush dot in rush mode, and we kind of want to say when it's not in rush mode. Okay, now right, all of this will make sense eventually. We're going to create a float time equals 0, and while time is less than, and then this will be game creator master script dot instance dot, and we'll try and clean this because I'm not a super big fan of constantly like using the like singleton idea where we're constantly relying on that, but for the time being this is fine. In fact, the game updater script could just have all this information. That makes more sense, so we'll cross that bridge a bit later, but we're going to sort of start putting code from from one thing, like, so what I'm actually thinking, just as I say this out loud, all of this, like, all this information here, this stuff here, we can just put into here instead. And I think that's kind of fine. I'm kind of okay with that. You know what, let's do it now. I think we do it now, so let's just get rid of that there, and then go Control X. Yeah, don't worry, we're going to create a bunch of error messages. I love error messages. That's my lifeblood. Right. So now that makes life a little bit easier. Right. So where are we up to? So now we can just say while time is less than time between each shape addition, time plus equals time dot delta. Oh, now I've got to be a bit careful here. Right. Because, and this is a problem that I've run into before. We want to go yield return null, but we should have a yield return null here as well. I think actually no. Else. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, I've got to be really careful because if because part of me is thinking, well, you need time between each there, but here you still need to have a yield return null, because if that means that you're in game motion and you are in rush mode, literally it will be caught in an infinite loop because it will use every bit of the processing power and not have a break. So we do need that there. Yeah, and we can clean this up a bit later. So while time is less than that, time between each, time plus equals there. Okay, so now time minus equals time between each. Nope. Z. There we go. Right. Okay. And now I want to just check at this point because there is a chance this time can be going over, and then whilst we're in this part of the code here, suddenly we're in rush mode. So so I think. And I think we'll go and game master script. In fact, no, we can. Yeah, yeah, and game master script dot instance dot in rush mode. So we need to make sure that this is only building up while we're here, and then we also want to say. Yeah, and then it's actually not too complicated. So now if yeah, it feels complicated, but it's not too bad. We're going to say that if we are not in rush mode now, time minus equals that, and then here is where we go current box monster script. Right, we haven't said anything about the box monster script, so don't worry. Don't worry, you're just as lost as I am. No, don't worry. Dot random. No, dot. I can't remember what it is. No, it's okay. I'll show you what the box monster script is. Go to definition. There's Control M O. Create shape. So yes, that's it, create shape. So let's go back over here, dot create shape, and that will be very specifically 1. So what's happening, what we're doing is we're saying that every 2 seconds in this case, we are creating another shape. Right, and then yeah, and I think that should be fine. So now what we can do, even though it's going to create a certain number of problems, we can actually almost test this straight away. Let's go create all the error messages. Let's just see how many error messages we get. I'm going to say 5. I think it should only be 5. Oh, hang on a sec. Why is there no error messages? Oh yes, okay, yes, okay, good. Yeah, 5. That's what I thought. Yeah. So what we've got here is we want to have game runner update script dot instance dot there because we're moving the variables there. So there we go. Control V. V. It looks like it's doing it automatically, but that's fine. Okay. So we have currently got a use for that. All of this else we'll get to. We'll get to. Right. So right. Let's rock. So now that we've done that, we now need to actually when we're creating it, we're setting the parameters, and we've got. So we've set all the parameters there. We also want to, after we have created the box monster somewhere. Can't remember where I created it now. It's not that. Current shape. Hold on. So there is somewhere. I'm sure I had a for loop somewhere that created all the conveyor boxes, and I'm kind of staring at this thinking, where when did I create conveyors? Create conveyors. That's it. Where are we? There. Okay. So yeah, this is where we're creating the conveyor belts. That's fine. And we've got the current box. This also sets the Okay. So what I've done is I've put this in a separate bit of code, which is 100% fine. So what we should actually do in this bit of code here, we want to have game runner updater script dot instance dot set. Yeah, boom. Okay, so what we've done there is we're changing the current. Yeah, that's fine. And what we should do, because I realised that I think I'm actually destroying the box monster every time. And so if that is the case, we want to just to be on the safe side here. Where are we? Yeah, so this might not work. So we want to say, before we actually create a shape, we should just be on the safe side. We should be doing this all the time anyway, but if current box monster script is not equal to null, then we can then create it. Because I realised that we are actually, when we're going into rush mode, we're destroying the whole box monster. So every time we create the conveyor belts again, and create the box monster, we want to put this back in. So yeah, that should be fine. Okay, right. So now, once we've now got all that sorted, game runner. Yeah, that's fine. So that's creating the conveyors. Game in motion is true. Box monster script dot start can. Yeah, that's fine. And now at this point we want to go game runner dot inst. So it's dot instance dot start game updater. All right. So I think we're kind of ready, and hopefully this will work. So let's see if we've got rid of all the error messages. Right. So now after all this, what have we actually accomplished? Now we're going to create an error message as well, but I'm looking. Oh no, play maximized. Right. So we're going to play. So what we're hoping is going to happen is everything's going to look the same, except let me just click this. There's a little red border over there. That's kind of there we go. Right. Here we go. So everything should look the same. Hopefully, no error messages. Right. So by the way, this thing here is the box monster. Yes, every 2 seconds we're creating this. So let's see if I can actually genuinely compete, because I can't remember if 2 seconds is too slow. So I want to actually see if I can update, see if I can actually compete. The thing is I want to so as it is, it's not getting any faster. So if I can keep up with this, I can pretty much go on forever. There we go. That's there. So let's see what we can do. That's bad. So I can actually just about compete with this, but the idea is once I've actually done a few things, right? But what we want to do now is we want to see exactly what's going to happen. So what we want to do is when this goes fills up. So actually I haven't even seen what happens here. So we're hoping there's going to be an error message or something annoying happens, because so when it gets full up. Oh, that's interesting. So now, what if I hypothetically played a thing? Because I think I've got it coded so that if it's full, it just simply won't make it, which is fine. So now I've done that. Will it just continuously, because I have a feeling that if we pause and we look at the game, put this bad boy over here, the box monster. Oh no, that's the number of shapes. Oh, shapes to create 9. So what's actually happening here is it's currently got a debt of it's looking to create 9. There's 9 in the build-up, but it can't because this is currently full. So what we need to do is we need to, like, my general rule is once you've got it full and it tries to create, there should be, right? Now, by the way, if there's anyone any good at particle effects, I'm pretty rubbish at particle effects, but what I kind of want to do is the first time there's going to be like, it's going to sort of look broken, or like there's going to be a little crack in it and there's going to be some smoke coming out of the head, right? And then another crack and then it's looking worse. And I want people to panic at this point, to be like, oh no, I need to quickly play more and more. And then once it's already got 2 cracks and it's already smoking, then it then goes to game over. So how do we do that? So that will be quite difficult because there's actually, I've got a series of sprites for each one, so I'd need to have essentially duplicate all the sprites again to have 1 and 2 cracks. Oh, I see. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, got a bit of spot. Oh, but quite nicely, I think like the spam detector has picked it all up, which is great. Okay, so that's all good. And what we should do as well is now that this is all happening, let's just check that. So yeah, this number is actually building up over and over. But if we went like this, oh no, that's actually the wrong button. Sorry, that's the button that updates all of this. But I'll explain what that means a bit later. So now that we're in rush mode, it will nuke everything, and then. But I'm mainly looking to see what happens. Yeah, so what happens when we've actually exited rush mode, and see if it actually still plays okay. Because there is quite a lot, there's a good reasons to think this might not work. What? Yeah, nice. Okay. So yeah, it looks like it's actually fine. Yeah, so now it's every 2 seconds. So one thing I didn't realise is the actual music we have on in the background, the actual beat, right? And I've learnt this just is literally, it is a beat every second. So yeah, that's actually really useful. Like from a programming perspective, this is perfect programming music because it's like every beat. If ever you're looking to see like, oh, how long does it take? How many beats is it? That's just genuinely that is like absolute genius, and it's quite a nice track as well, you know. So yeah, so that's good. Right, I'm happy with all this. Yeah. I do find it quite difficult to keep up with 1 every 2 seconds, but that's okay. Right, so we have made a good start. What I'm looking to do right now is okay, so here we've got something else that's interesting. So I'll try and explain it whilst I'm sort of doing this. If we go, it's going to be quite hard to actually show this in real time, but if I play a shape quickly like this and it goes down, it's basically whenever it adds a shape, which is really hard to actually show my point, but like actually, yeah, I want to try and show what it is that I'm going to do before I actually do it. So for the time being, even though this 2.0, this is a little bit too quick to show the update, so we're going to keep that there. We are looking to eventually turn it back to that, but if I had it as, say, 10 seconds, right, everything else should be the same. That means that every 10 seconds a shape gets added, right? And we will, like, I am looking to have a game mode where there is no adding shapes, so let's have a look. So yeah, so if we were to, let me just quickly Yeah, so now if we just wait 10 seconds, it's going to be quite soon. A new shape will be created. Yeah, there we go. Right, but now if I go below 3 shapes there, another one gets created automatically, right? So you're always going to have 3 there. So that's the one that's done automatically. But if I go like this and go below it, it just creates one anyway. So it's still the internal timer of that 10 seconds is still going down. But yeah, and the reason that I've got that is, number one, it's just useful to see what your next 3 shapes are going to be, right? But number two, I want there to be a bonus, right? You actually get a small little bonus for if you actually like are quick enough so that you can actually play it. So it sort of like it forces you to create one. And like I'll worry about what that bonus is a bit later. But the purpose which I'm trying to sort of accomplish is I want this to go yellow when it's creating a bonus one. And yeah, and I just think that would look quite nice. And what we're going to do as well is, so I want it to go yellow and then go back to being grey. So just when it's creating a bonus one, it's going to go yellow, as if to think, oh yeah, yellow, gold, bonus, fantastic, right? And I've got a lot of the, I've already done the sprites for it, so all I need to do is just enact it. Right, so that's good. Right, I need to quickly, I'll be right back. Hold on, I think I can just press that, and I think you can still hear me. Yes, right, I'll be right back. So if I just do... Right, yo, I told you I wasn't going to be that long. I just need to hit another energy drink very quickly. Let's go. Right. So we've got... I'm just trying to remember what I was going to do. Yes, that's it. So our first thing, we want to make the conveyor box to go gold when it's creating a bonus box. That's what we're looking to do, or our box monster. So let's go. So script. In fact, we've probably got to have it open already. Box monster script. So this is the key thing. That's very nice. Now, one thing that is probably a little bit annoying is, I mean, one thing which I very much like is if you press Control-MO, it collapses all of the scripts, which is really useful. But it also brings these grey lines, which kind of get a bit annoying. I don't know quite how to actually turn them off. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. So, set sprite colour. Oh, have we not actually ever used this bit of code? Okay, so it looks like I have to put a lot of work here, a lot of work, but yeah, we'll fix this. So we want to make sure that when we're creating the bonus box, it goes yellow. So let's see. So it's like a reward for playing quick enough. So if we go find all references here. So continuous. Let's have a look. So this is there. Ah, yes. So I realise, I know this is quite clever, this code. So this is, in a way, it's a kind of infinite loop. There's probably a better ways of doing this. And to be honest, I don't know why I've done it this way, but what's happening is we start the conveyor check. The shape creator is active. Yeah, so yeah, so actually at what point, so I've got this, I'm just trying to think, find all references. Yes, so I'll only do that. Okay, we'll worry about that a bit later. Yeah, but that's not a problem too much right now. So so at this point when it creates shape, we want to change the sprites to yellow and then go back to being grey. So when we're creating a shape, go to definition. What we should do is go comma. Yeah, so so I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, so I think what we do is we want it to go yellow, but we probably do need to have a like a sprite type. So I'm gonna have game master over here. We're gonna have public enum box monster color. Box monster emotion. Why not? I think that emotion, right? Emotion color. Okay, yeah, that's it. Right, done. Okay, so we're going to have grey, grey normal, gold bonus, orange panic slightly, and red is going to be panic. Even though I can't spell it. Okay, right. So, what's going to happen here is... so now we're on the box monster script. Sprites. Okay, so now what we should do here is set sprite color. So we can actually change that now. So we haven't actually used this at any point, but I know that I've kind of set it. So it's actually, you know what? Buybacks is probably a good idea. Let's have a look. That way you abstract. The abstraction is nicer. Other code defines the emotion they want. The box. Yeah. Okay. So I think that is. I think. You know what? I'm going to take your word for it. I like that. So we'll actually do that. Box. I'm going to change it. I just want to put this bit in here. Box. Emotion color. Don't worry. Current emotion. Yeah, because I think that makes way more sense. So let's go rename that to box emotion. And what we want to do as well over here, we want to just have normal, bonus, panic slightly, and then panic. I think that's okay. That way we can actually we can make it looks a lot better. So set sprite emotion. We haven't actually used this code, so I can just change it out much. Emotion, and then that will be we can actually have a box emotion. I know it's emotion. Emotion to set. I think I like that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I genuinely, this is why. By the way, this is part of the reason it's so good to actually stream, because I can actually get genuinely good, useful advice. And I think I'm gonna take that, because I've got like there's some things which I'm pretty good at, but like it's just there's a lot of times where it's like things like that will probably save me a lot of heartache later. Current emotion, and then here we're actually almost there. So so now the grey ones are how do I do this again? Dot normal. Yep, okay, that's fine. And then we can just kind of change all of this. So gold is going to be bonus. Right, that's good. I think there are times, I mean, apparently the amount of times that coders spend on thinking of names for their like variables as well is apparently quite an unhealthy amount. Okay, so I quite like this. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to have box monster emotion, and then that'll be I kind of like emotion to set. Yeah. Now I'm going to have equals that. So I think that should still work. So the reason that we've got that there is like if I don't set it anything, it will default to being grey. So now we can have set. What did I actually call this? Set sprite emotion. Yep. Set sprite emotion to emotion to set. Okay. The only slight problem at the moment, this is looking quite good. So now, if we go back to where we were, let's go find all references. I think it's this one here. So this is a time. No, not here. Although we can actually look at the. Bless me, sorry. The number of conveyor boxes, or the number of things full it is, and then we can set it accordingly to there. We'll worry about that later. Let's just worry about the yellow. So at this point, this is entirely about we want to have so what's going to happen hopefully is let's just see. Let's see what happens. I think this should work. There's probably going to be a good reason as to why. Yeah. Right, so now, if we go like that, on one more. So it's actually, it's only turned that bit. Of course it has. Yeah, which is fine. That's actually not too bad to... So now, if we go again, that goes into yellow, but then as soon as it creates another one, it should go back to being grey. Okay, so the under part, I haven't changed that, which isn't. I don't think that should matter too much. We're worried that. I mean, that shouldn't be too difficult to resolve. But what we kind of want to do is we only want it to turn yellow when it's when it's creating one of those, but then go back to being grey afterwards. Which I think is fair enough. So yeah, so whenever it's making a bonus one, it does a yellow. There is actually there is going to be a bonus that you get because you're obviously incentivized to play quicker, and so when it gives you a bonus box, there's going to be something good that happens. And I kind of know what I'm going to do eventually, but that's okay. Right, so that seems fine. So we just want to change the mouth part. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Bot sprite. Haha. So I think what we can actually do at this point, right here, we just go sprite renderer bot sr. So I think we can just go bot sr dot sprite equals current bot sprite. So that's always just going to change. So let's just see if that works. I think that is literally all we ever needed to do. Right. So whenever we're changing, it's changing the mouth. So now we want to get it to. So yeah, now it's yellow, yellow, and eventually, yeah, now it's gone back to grey. But now we can get it down over to yellow again. So yellow is like the golden age. It's the best thing. Right. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm happy with that so far. So what we want to do now is we've got to work out when we're creating boxes. I mean, like we might be able to work out. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong thing. Sorry. There we go. So what we want to do is when we're creating the number of shapes, we can just set it straight away like this. But we kind of want to test how many boxes are currently. There is an integer I've got here, number of shapes on conveyor belts. So let's go find all the references here. Get number of shapes on counter. So find all references. So maybe maybe we don't even need this bit here. We could have so I think this is all fine. But I could have set emotion according to number of boxes or something like that. So let's go make that. I think that makes the most sense. So something like public void set emotion according to number of boxes. Okay, right. So if we go and now a new little trick which I learned. Is the switch get number of shapes there. Okay. So and then here is we go case int n when n is less than or equal to 3. I think that's it. Then set sprite emotion to box emotion dot bonus, and then break. And then let's have a think. So we've got 13. Maybe case int n when n is greater than 3 and in fact, I don't even know. Do we even need? Do we even need that? So, and n is less than or equal to, say, 9 or 8 is fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So now at this point we want to. There we go, and we'll set that to normal. And then when n is greater than 8 and less than, say, 10, we're going to set it to panic slightly. And when n is greater than 10, and then that will be panic. Okay, all right, we're getting there. So now let's see how this. Let's see if this works. So now we can probably we'll get an error message. If I go, yeah, that's fine. We can actually still keep that code in, but we're going to get rid of that bit, and we're going to have set emotion according to number of boxes. I think I should rename that number of boxes on conveyor belts. Okay, right. So so at the moment this is a slightly null. This doesn't do anything, but that's fine. We can still see if this works. Okay, let's go give this a try. All right. Okay. So now it's all yellow, and I suppose it starts at yellow, that's fine. So now at the moment it's still yellow continuously, but oh right, but if it does it one more it should go to grey, right? Let's just wait another 10 seconds or however long it's going to take from this point. Yeah, so now it goes to grey, but now if we go, it's still going to be grey, still grey, still grey. Yeah, now that we've gone under 3 again. But what we should do is work out the number of boxes it's going to have, because at the moment, when it's creating above 4, it should go to grey. So. Yeah, I think literally I can just change one little number. I think that will be. Yeah, let's just see if that works, because I want it so that yeah, let's give this a try, and then we want to see if let's first of all see if that works, and then we're going to see if the orange, see if it can turn orange then red. Let's see how that goes. So yellow, yellow, and now hopefully as soon as it creates another one, it goes to grey. Brilliant. And then we need to create 1 and 2, and then it goes to yellow again, but then it's going to go back to grey. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Okay, right, so that's good. Now, I can't bother to wait 10 seconds a bunch of times, so we're going to go back to the original parameters and see if it goes from orange to red. I can't see any reason why not, but it does no harm in testing. Right, so... and I don't think, for the time being, we don't need that. This is why I like coding, sort of like speaking it out, because sometimes you work out better ideas as you go along. So that's fine. We're going to go onto the game creator script, turn that back down to 2. Although if I go like that, then we can always turn it back up to 2. Yeah, it's only we're just taunting this box's with this box's emotions. That's all we're doing. Okay, so now, right, okay. This is exciting. Let's go. Okay. So now, it's currently yellow. Ideally, I want it... Yeah, so yellow, grey, grey, grey. Hopefully it turns orange. It should be turning orange now. Yep, that's orange. Now, let's see if we can actually... Let's see. I mean, genuinely, as a test... Oh, yes, right now it's angry. Let's see if we can get it down to grey again. Oh, no, that's bad. There we go. Now, what I do want to do eventually is the ability when you create a box. So let's get it down to grey if we can. Right. Can we do it? It's also part of the test is working out your next place while you're doing the other one. Okay, it looks like we've got down to grey. Can we go back down to yellow? So one of the, I like the idea that when you get a big enough box, it also reduces the number of boxes on the conveyor belt, essentially to give you a bit of a breather. Right. Okay, so that's good. I don't think I can ever get it back down to yellow again. Let's just try. Oh no, that's bad. Okay, come on, let's see if we... I want to see those yellow days. Okay, that's going to help. So triple, whenever it's the same one, it triples. Oh, that's good. Right, okay. Right, can we get it down to yellow? Come on, come on. Ah, oh, dear me, I'm getting hand cramp already. Come on, we are so close. I've just got to play a little bit faster. I just want to see that glue. Yes, yellow. Okay, we saw the yellow. That's that's all that matters. Right. Okay. So yes. All right. That does work. Now, what I think we do now, I haven't really worked exactly what I'm going to do, but I want to have some sort of particle effect where there's smoke coming. And the idea is that smoke will keep going, but once you go into rush mode, it will essentially fix it. So that's good. Okay, right, that is what we're working on now. So we want to, first of all, make the particle effect, and then we then want to actually implement it. So what's going to happen is... in fact, let's just see if we can create the conditions so that when it can't create a box, it sort of destroys that box, shakes, and then there's going to be a debug saying, ouch. All right, that's what we're looking to do next. So it'll all be about the box monster. So create shape, create shape routine. Okay, while shapes to create is greater than 0. Well, connecting conveyor. Ah, it's currently that. Okay. So what we should do is let's try and work out, because what's happening here, and it's quite clever because you notice that it actually takes a bit of time for the shape to go all the way down. And so like it will test like the next. So basically, I've got a script attached to it. So all the conveyor belts have got a connecting script saying like move to the next conveyor belt, right? But obviously, it still takes like a quarter of a second to go from one conveyor belt to the next, or even less than that. I can't remember. So it's actually still testing here. So what we should do is. We should have something like yeah. So yeah, I've probably made this a little bit tough on myself here because we want to find out So something like here, we want to test that. Right. Yeah, something like if. And we've got this little get number of shapes on conveyor belts. So if get number of shapes on conveyors is greater than, I'm going to say 13, but we can actually, in fact, we can go game runner update. It will be, yeah, let's just say 13. Then, in fact, we could probably do this up here or something. Although, does that still work? Does that still work? Okay. Yeah, because we kind of want to test to find out. So there is actually a... yes. So if that is, then what are all the things? So we want box monster to shake. We want to have debug.log open brackets ouch, and maybe it should be something like we also want to have create smoke effect, and then something like, and I think we have something like box monster lives, public int box monster lives. So we do want to set that at some point. In fact, we can actually set it. Forget all that. We're going to have, yeah, box monster lives. And so when we're actually setting over here, we could actually have. No, you know what? We're going to have this whole variable. Control X. Like, because there is still a little bit wrong here, but we're gonna have this whole variable here where we've got the game runner updated. We're gonna have one more thing, which is gonna be Control V box monster lives, box monster lives. No, it's box monster lives. Right, and then here we're gonna have game runner updater script dot instance dot box monster lives equals 3. Okay, and so so that's, I'm looking at, where was I? Over here, yeah. So now we're going to also have box game runner update script dot instance dot box monster lives minus make shake that. Yep, so this is all good. If that number there is less than or equal to 0, then right, how do we change scenes? This is a whole new thing, isn't it? Can't remember how to do this. Right, we're going to say change scene. I just remember now that changing scenes is change scene to game over. Okay, so what we've done, we've created what we want. This is basically the bare bones of what we actually want to do with the conveyor belt. The only slight problem that we've got is I don't really know exactly. I don't know exactly where we can put this, because the reason this won't work well is because yeah, it just won't. Yeah, we need to find a better place to put this, and it could be embedded in this while loop, but I don't think that will quite work. We'll work this out. Let me just try and think just for a moment, because it's like because what we want to do is like the moment that is greater or equal to 13. So the reason this is a bit confusing, so I'm just going to temporarily Control KC, all right, and then if I do Control KU, yeah, so Control KC comments that out, right? So I'm just going to have a look at something, because we want to look at the conveyor box number. So we'll actually go back onto, we pause this, we go over to play focused, we're going to have a look at this bad boy, over like that. So currently, number of shapes on the conveyor belt is 4. I know, realise that this is quite a small screen. And so it's going to update more and more. So that's 5, 6, 7, and shapes to create. Oh yeah. So now it goes up to 13, and then this bit just ticks up. So what we need to do, so this bit is ticking up as we go. This is kind of what I was looking to do. I'm just trying to work out the opportune moment to hold on. Okay, I think I know what to do. Because it's when you're creating a shape, and there's, so I think we've got the right idea. We've got the right idea. I just got to work out exactly where to put this bit of code. So it's something like shapes to create plus equals that, right? And then Control X. So Control V, Control KU. Oh no, Control Z. I don't know what I've just done there. Control Z. Okay, yeah. We want to highlight all of this and go Control KU. Okay, so get number of shapes on conveyor belt. If it's greater or equal to 13, then we actually want to minus the number of shapes created. So we can do some of these things. I've just got to let's just put a bit of a change scene to game over. And what we should also do is shapes to create. I think we can also say, yeah, shapes to create minus. So that, yeah, so we also, I'm going to put it in green as well. Cancel the shape creation. Make the box monster shake, which we can do. The smoke effect is what we'll work on in a little bit. But let's go make it shake so we know, right, base trans, that should be quite easy. Right, I've got to remember how to actually get things to shake. I think I might have it in my mover. Let's have a look. Mover.instance. Shake. No, I don't. Okay, right. So how do we? What's the best way of making things shake? I do remember. Let's go make a really basic bit of code here to make the box shake. So public bool shaking after losing life. Okay. Control MO, close everything there. Get a nice bit of, right now, a nice bit of code here. So public void mini box monster mini shake, and then private enumerator box monster mini shake routine, and then start coroutine box monster mini shake routine. Oh, that's meant to be enumerator. Okay, right now, shaking after losing equals. Okay, so that's good. And let's just, so that we get rid of that temporarily, yield return null. And I just want to kind of check something. Void awake. Yeah, okay. So the base trans equals that. That's fine. So what I've just done here is I've set the main transform to yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, I've set that to like the main transform, so that should be fine. Okay, right, we're ready. Okay, so what are we doing now? Now this has just been a little while since I've done this, so let's see if we can remember this. So we first of all need to know where the actual main start point is. So vector 3 return point vec 3. Oh, okay, right. Now, I don't know, for some reason I want to give him a name. Okay, so we're gonna do the all right. Jason Orange. Okay, equals base trans dot position. Okay, so now float time equals 0, and what we want to do is go if so if it's not shaking, then it will shake. That's good. Yeah, so this is just so you can't get like double stacked. So now float time equals that. Okay. While time is less than, I think half a second sounds fine. Time plus equals time dot delta time. Yield return null, and then base trans dot position equals return point vec 3 Jason Orange plus new vector 3. All right, and that will be, I think, let's see how, I think we go minus, no, first of all it's random dot range somewhere between minus 0.2f and 0.2f, and then we can just do that again. See, yeah, so that seems fine. Oh no, not quite that. While time is no, that's fine. That is fine. Yeah, so for half a second, it's just going to go. Although we could do time dot delta fixed delta time. I think that's actually better. There's probably a good reason why I'm not thinking of that, but that way it just, yeah, I think that's just a little better. So position equals that plus that, and then right at the end we're just going to go Control C, Control V. We get rid of that there. Okay, so now we want to do the box monster mini shake, and when it's creating a shape, shapes to create, because they're make the box monster shape. So we're going to say box monster mini shake. Ouch, box monster lives goes down, and so I think that's okay. Yeah, right. So let's see if we can. Let's see how this works. So yeah, unfortunately we can't. We haven't created the particle effects, but that's what we can work on soon. So we're going to see if we can create move. We're going to see how this works. So we're all yellow. Oh, I'm doing my best. Right, we're keeping an eye on this debug. So at the moment it's clear. Oh yes. I'm actually intrigued. I've got excited halfway through. What did I do here? Oh yes, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's just like making the text slightly better. So now we're gonna we're still keeping an eye here. Right, so it's I realise the screen's quite small here. But let's see, right. Okay, shake. Shake. Shake, and then change things to game over. Boom. That's huge. That's absolutely brilliant. Nice. So we have effectively done it. So now it's still actually, the lives are actually going down to, wonder why I can't click that. Yeah. So yeah, if we actually were to look at the lives are actually going into the minus now, I would imagine. So that'll be on the game runner. Yeah, we're on minus 11 lives, but this bit here is the important part. Yes, okay. So now we've got... right, I don't know how good anyone is with particle effects. I'm okay, but I think what I kind of want to do is... we can... Do I just put a really bad placeholder... particle effect. I think I can do. I think what I kind of want to do... Oh yeah, by the way, this picture here is quite a nice little picture, right? In Windows, what it's meant to do is change photos every like half an hour to an hour, but for whatever reason, and I don't blame them, it's picked this picture and been like, well, this is the best picture you could ever imagine, so it has just decided to just stick with this picture forever, which I'm kind of okay with. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create some sort of smoke effect. File, new. I think we could probably have it as 32 by 32. Haven't really worked out. I'm going to kind of make it up as I go along here. I always choose the... Not that I necessarily should do, but I always normally choose this one here. And let's go try and work out. I think we should have it as... maybe we just... How does smoke normally look? Is it... a sort of spread, because I like the idea that there's just going to be a few little sort of randomly spread things. So if we go like this, spray tool, so that's obviously not great. We can, so the spray is going to be there. That's that. So the size is going to be 1. So if I did that. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And I think we want to have that as 16 and that as, say, 5. That's 5. So this isn't going to look super amazing, but I think we also want to do something a little bit clever. If we go create a new layer here, and I'm going to create a circle like that. And then go that, and then that goes there. So I want it to be a perfect. Yes, yeah. It's like I couldn't really ask for much better than that. Oh, right. So now what we're going to do is, and I've got to work out as well. So the spray. I quite like making the opacity. So shading. No, not shading. It's alpha. Maybe 50. And we're just going to go. Let's just say create 8 of them is fine. And so hopefully it'll look a little bit random. That's good. Okay, so if I was to do that, so that's kind of like I think the way we're going to create the smoke is we just have 8 random sprites like that, but just looking at the black border, the reason that we get rid of the black border is because there's actually, so we actually now merge down, and then we go, let's go back that to Simple Ink and go, so I'm pressing, holding the Alt button on that, on the black, right? And now I'm just going, and I'm left clicking the black and then right clicking just any empty space, right? And now if I press Shift R, it turns everything black into what, so everything on my left mouse button set to what the right mouse button is. So if I go Shift R, that's just going to simply just get rid of all the black. So now we actually got a sort of nice circle feel, and we're going to have, let's see, where shall I save this? I want to go desktop. I can't remember. It's one of these. Boxitaire 2 sprites. Yeah. And then we'll have a new folder that we'll call Smoke Jason Donovan. No. Smoke sprites. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. It doesn't. Not everything has to be fun. Smoke 000 there, and then Control Shift S. Smoke .png. So hopefully that'll look pretty good. And now we can go into here. Now I'm temporarily, just so I can drag it over, we've got these sprites here, which I'm going to move over to the left here. Oh no, I can't. Yes, I can. All right, through sheer will, I can bring it over, and we're going to put it in our resources, into our thing. So sprites. Oh, there's also something really useful. If you didn't know this, I feel like I want to part information that you might have known already, but if you've got multiple things open and you're like, guys, it's taking me too long to scroll through, if you just press Alt on anything, on say this. Oh, hold on. Oh, is it Shift? No, hold on. What was it? Oh, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, so where you hold Alt and then you click that little arrow, it closes everything up. And also, if you hold Alt when opening, it will open everything up, which can be really useful or really annoying. But I like it, so it just keeps everything nice and clean. So we've got resources, sprites, and where are we up to? Right. Yeah, we want to create a whole new one. Yeah, I'm even saying this to myself now. We've got too many folders here. We're gonna have to tidy that up at some point. Worry about it later. That's for later. Right. Smoke sprites. And now, yeah, I'm gonna sort of drag these from off the screen here over here, and now there's if I was to go. That's a bad example. Sorry, one sec. So what I'm looking to do, I'm just remembering all the things that I set it to. So if we go like that, I'll set it to 64, sprite mode single, and I do actually want it to be in the center. Rather annoyingly, I don't know if I clicked that on or not. So I actually need to apply this here, find out, look at others. No, it was created already, that's fine. So now we want to go point, and we will stick with normal quality, because if you make all of them compression none, it really will cause problems later in your game. So that means, so you have got to be really picky. It's like every time you select none there, that is creating so much more space that the game takes up. I did not know that. I did not know that. And I found it out, like, so it's like Rumpletown was 3 gig, because there were some pictures that I did none, and I shouldn't have done none. I should have done normal quality or high quality. And so legitimately, and it was like, how did it take up 3 gig worth of space? And it was, anyway, so that's looking good. I think we can apply. Now this is the fun bit. This is where kind of like, I feel like I've been doing okay so far, but now I'm gonna probably make rather a fool of myself because I'm not that great at this. So if ever you're thinking, if ever you're thinking, he doesn't seem to be doing this very well. It's not like this is because I'm generally just not that great at this. So we're going to call this Smoke PE. And now we're going to start putting it together. So renderer, we want to have. I just thought, right, let me. Can I actually select my own camera? Because what's a little bit annoying is, you know what? I'll try and sort of deal with all the stuff up here because I don't really want my head to get in the way. But right now, I can't seem to move move my actual head anywhere. That's fine there. That's the display. Oh, it's as if I have something locked. It's this one here. Now I can move it. All right, way moving over here. Right, and why not keep my little buddy with me as well? Yeah, right, okay. So now we can actually have a little look. Right, so as we all know, I'm really great at particle effects. This is I think quite often they'll sometimes one day they'll give me a title, right? I think I'm going to get a knighthood through my skills in making particle effects. It's like, we just think you're so great. It's like, shut up, Right, so we've got to remember how to actually put a sprite. We want to change this. So we can't actually change that there. There is a way of changing the sprite. So what we want to do is, and there is a way, it's one of these options here where you can change the sprite. So I want to change the sprite to pick one of these 8 sprites at random to move up. And don't worry, it's going to look a little bit better than this eventually. Right, is it texture animation sheet? I think that's it. Right, so now we want to go. Oh, really? Wow. I mean, that feels like that's going to be quite expensive, because if you've got lots of physical objects that have got hitboxes and stuff, but yeah, it's going to be expensive. So right, this is where it gets a bit interesting. What I'm still a bit sprites. Here we go, sprites. Sprites plural. So now I'm going to lock this one here, and yeah, like I say, if ever it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, I probably don't know what I'm doing. So let's have a look at this. We put this into here. Okay, that's a little better. I'm just trying to work out if it does actually. If I go pause, this is where it looks. I think all the sprites are the same one. In fact, add item. Okay, yeah. So I guess we have to drag them all individually. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's still fine. I was kind of hoping I could just do them. It looks like we have to do them individually, which is fine. But I'm lazy. I can't be bothered. Get out of here. No, I'm just going to carefully go one at a time. And the reason I've made it white and not grey is because if you have it white, you have the ability to make it grey later. So I can actually have it going from white up until black or something, is what I like. Ah, yes. Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. So actually, that's a good point. I think as far as like, yeah, if you wanted to put up a link, of just, yeah, how's everything going? Like, I haven't really asked you, like, how's all of your development and stuff going? Right. So lifetime. So start frame. So actually, no. If we now stopped and then played, and then paused, I think all the sprites are the same again. But now that we've got them, sprites must use rectangles. Change the atlas type to full rect instead of tight. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We can do that. So I think that should be full rect there, and then apply. And then we can go back onto here. And then pause. It feels like it's still the same. Oh yes, right, let's have a look. Oh, so you do it being more developer tools. Wow, okay, right. So let's have a little look. So Serpentine, powerful tools, pleasantly simple to use. Oh, very nice. And I take it, is this for Rust? Wow. So like, I've got, like, my girlfriend has been trying to convince me to get into the game Rust, but I take it the game Rust and the coding language Rust as two very separate entities. It's not as I'll be like, oh no, like, was it incidentally made in Rust? I don't know. Oh, but brilliant. No, that's really cool. So I haven't actually so the so this is GitHub. Oh, very nice. And so what's the purpose of Serpentine tool as well? Right. So at the moment we've still got those. Oh, must share the same text. Also check that all your sprites fit into one texture on sprite. So I think forget what we've done there. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Completely ignore that. So we actually, I think it's easier if we have a sprite sheet. I love the fact that it feels like you've checked that as well. It's like, no, it turns out Rust wasn't made in Rust. It was used in Python. The ultimate dagger in my heart. Separate GitHub org from my personal account for my... Oh, yeah. Oh, fair play. Right. Okay, where are we going next? We are going to... we may as well keep that, but if I go into here, it's file sprite, export a sprite sheet, open sprite sheet. So now I think we can go Control-Shift-S .png. So let's try that. Yeah, I think we do need a sprite sheet rather. So we can put this here, and then we do all the same things. Yeah, like I say, it's like I'm trying to remember. It's been a little while since I've done this. That can go single. That'll be point. And then apply. That's fine. Now, there's a way of making it so that you can choose, you can pick. So if I tried grid, no, maybe it's not grid, sprites, we can get rid of all this. And then we actually put this bad boy on instead. And then start frame should be random between piece 1 and 8. Cycles 1. Oh, maybe I'm pressing the wrong thing. I remember it being something like this. Lifetime, speed, FPS. No, none of this makes any sense. Right, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing, because there's a way where you can choose what sprites it comes across as. So if I was to press this play now, yes, okay, no, that's fine, that's fine. That's not as useless as obviously that's not what we want it to make it look like. We want to just pick one of them at random. Yeah, I've got to remember now. That's going to be. Oh yeah, of course. We can do that. Yeah, but where there is only one frame. And I remember that finding this difficult as well. I don't. Is there any other of these? So it's the sprite sheet. I know there is something. There's something that I'm missing. So let's see. It's like maybe things have changed because I remember it's like you put the sprite in. If I did do grid, what happens there? So whole sheet, single row. Yeah, because there's a certain point. I think I know what I need to do, and I think it involves me creating a material. Create a material, and I've got to work out which one it's for. It could be a sprite material. I guess we put it as default. Maybe it's not that because I know that it's yeah. I'm gonna have a little play around this. This might be something that I'll do off stream, but we'll see. See how it goes. Let's see. So it might be particles. That could be it. Particle surface. That might actually. No. That doesn't feel right. Because I remember it really not being. What if we just did a standard one? No. You know, I think I'm probably going to pass on that for the time being. We'll work it out eventually, but that's something which I'll have to do some boring, like looking up online, and yeah. And I'm not about that life at the moment. But yeah, that's going to be something which I'll have a look online again. Because what I want to do basically is there's 8 different sprites in this sprite sheet, and I wanted to pick one of them, and then once it's doing random ones, then we can actually sort of funnel it and make it look a bit better. In fact, we can actually do whilst we're kind of, for the time being, we can just go sprites. We can actually have a vague thing. So if we play there, now we can actually, now that we've done this, we obviously want to make it look a lot better, but we can, yeah, and I think I want it to be a bit more narrow. I still like the cone idea. In fact, no, it doesn't need to be cone. Right, so shape, I kind of like it to be a sphere. Play. Oh, okay, but we want it to all go up. So, and yeah, so sphere, but we want, and then the force over lifetime is going to be, if we put, say, 10 there, how does that look? Play. Feels like it's exactly the same, but I think it's one of these is the right one. Oh, 10 there. So 0, 0, and that 10. Yeah, the reason it's a bit confusing with these smoke particle effects, it always defaults to that. So let's go. So now hopefully that should be 10 there, and then we go play. Okay, we're getting there. Although it still seems a bit erratic. So we'll get there. So force over lifetime, and with the shape, we want to have scale, position, aligned direction, randomized direction. Oh, it's that. Okay, no, I don't want that. Spherize. So what does all this do? Okay, nope. This is like when you're making a particle effect. It is randomized position. Oh wow, what's going on there? Okay, no, forget that. So we obviously don't want it to be does it need to be a sphere? Can it be a... I kind of want it to be a circle. Oh, circle, yeah, okay. And we want the radius thickness to be... In fact, what does that do? Ah, okay. Okay, so what we kind of want is an angle like that, but we want to turn it. So we want it to be, say, maybe even 45 degrees, but can we turn the whole thing? You know, obviously I know I can just do this. Oops. I know I can just do that and have that as 45, but that feels a bit rubbish. Let's just do that for the time being. But then that means this over lifetime can be 0. So that can be 62.5. 62.5. Actually, no. Let me do the exact maths. What's 45? It's 45 plus 22.5 is 66.5. Okay, yeah. And these sprites are still a bit rubbish. They still look a bit rubbish, so we want to have less force, and we want to make the sprites smaller. So if we have size color over lifetime, let's do that. Actually, no, let's do size over lifetime first. We want the actual particle lifetime. There is a way of making the particles. Yes, rock and roll. Yes, 67.5. Oh, I am terrible. Is it really? Yeah, you're right. 67.5. Yes. Oh, thank you very much, Gorosol. How's it all rocking? I've been very much. I've been playing a game called Slay the Spire 2, which has just come out like yesterday at 6 o'clock, and I was up quite late playing that. But what are you up to? Right, so we want the actual lifetime. There's something start lifetime of, say, 0.5. Okay, that's not bad. I think that might be a little bit too slow. So let's go 0.75. And we want that arc to be slightly lower. Let's go. So... yes. Oh, fair enough. Well, there's nothing else you can do. You just need to scratch. That's terrible advice. Just go in chlorinated water. No. Right. So what I think the arc should be that. Radius. Oh, okay. So if we have that radius... Oh, right, I see. So that radius there, we kind of want it to actually be 0. So it all comes from that point there. And like this, let's try and work out an actual... Oh, in fact, if we go back to there, 0, and then we change the rotation to 67.5. No, not that one. We wanted to change this one to 67.5. What am I doing? I've just pressed numlock, that's why. 67.5. Okay, alright. So that still feels a bit rubbish. But we're getting there. So we actually want to close the arc even more. So let's say 22.5. And we're going to work out what the maths is in a little bit. So it's about that, isn't it? It's about it. Why does that still feel a bit rubbish? Maybe we need to actually sort the size by lifetime. I think we just want to make it slower, don't we? We want to make the smoke go a bit slower. So the lifetime probably should be 0.25. No, that seems a bit worse actually. 0.75, but we want to kind of slim it down, and we kind of want it to wiggle a little bit. Oh yes. Oh yes. Right. What am I doing? Very good question. Right. So you might have heard, or you might have remembered, that I made a game a while ago called Boxitaire. Now I've realised that to a certain audience, people really love this game, right? And in fact, you get to see it. I'll show it in full size if I can. But I am I'm looking to make a whole new game. Yes, it's true. And the thing is it's not as though it's for everyone, but there is something that is quite satisfying about like playing. So we've actually, in fact, we could use this opportunity to see if I can actually see how well I can get a score. So if this conveyor belt gets to the end and gets full up, then it's game over. So like part of the challenge is just trying to keep that empty, but you want to kind of make as big a boxes as you can. And if ever this test tube gets up full, you'll see what happens. It's going to look great. But yeah, so this is the general premise. You've got to make boxes. Out of interest, did you ever play it? Was it not really for you? Because obviously, I realised that obviously no, it can't be for like everyone. That can go there. Go there. It's just yeah. I think some people were like, "Oh, this game's brilliant," you know. And let's see. But yeah, it's just unfortunately as well. I'd love to say like, oh yeah, why don't you download it? But it's got taken off the App Store and the Google Play Store, unfortunately. And I could try and put it back on, but it's going to be probably more effort than it's worth. But yeah, we're trying to work on building this tube up to full, and then you get to see the sort of mini game within the game. Let's see if I can actually do this, because I haven't actually played this like competitively for a while. I've just been looking for bugs and stuff. It's just, yeah, that the weird thing is your friend, like, yeah, and my friend as well actually, but Adam was better than I was at the end of this game. Like at the end of it, he was actually better at like Boxitaire. There were some other people that were even better than him, but it's just I actually didn't realise there's a whole like level of skill to this game that like because there was the road to 1 billion, right? So to get 1 billion points was a very, very difficult challenge, and I think Adam did get it. Oh, this is really bad. Let's see. And I did as well, but it's just, it was like, yeah, it was such a difficult challenge. It's one of those where you had to have a bit of luck, but yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough. Right, so now this is when it would be game over. Yeah, so it would now swap to game over at this point. But what we can do is... oops, didn't need to do that. But yeah, when you go into rush mode, you've got to see how many times you can get this right. So it starts off nice and easy, nice and easy. There we go. Now it becomes 2, so it's a bit more difficult. And you're probably thinking, well, what's the purpose of this? Oh, wow, that's nice. There we go. Ah, no, you're not quite. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. So I've actually created a bit of a bug here. So for whatever reason... everything's sort of frozen, but that's okay. That's a fixable problem. But yeah, anyway, that's generally what we're looking to do. But when that little box monster starts getting angry, we want to create where are we? Yeah, we want to create some sort of smoke effect, but every part of that feels really bad. So we're going to do so we can actually change the size over lifetime, and I quite like it kind of getting sort of starting off maybe so it gets bigger. Oh no, hold on. What have I done? Yeah. So Ah, no, you know what? That actually, hold on. That's not bad. Hold on, let's see what that would look like. Because I think at the moment I just want to make the particle effect look better than this. Because this feels a bit rubbish. But you know what? Let's actually, what we would need to do in order to test it, we'd have to have order in layer. Let's just put this as, say, 50. There is a reason I've done that. I think I might need to pause, put this on play focused, and then we just need to start it up. The only slight problem is through sort of complicated means, so it's going to look a little bit like that. Because I was thinking, part of me was thinking, in fact, yeah, like, because we can actually have it over a little bit more, something like sort of there or something, you know, because I want people to get that sort of panic, you know, but I want to make the particle effect better. So one through one ear, then another ear, because the idea is you have, like, once you can't, there's no more shapes, it sort of shakes and then starts smoking and then smokes again, and then the more smoke you see, the closer you are to death, essentially. Delete key. Okay. So what we want to do is go. So what this does, let's have a little look at this. So that looks a little better. In fact, I can make it. Yeah. So in fact, I prefer looking at it with on the grid side. So forget all of that. Take it all back. So yeah. So that looks a little better where it's not getting too big. But I feel like we kind of want to make the change. We want to change it colour as well. So colour over lifetime. This is surprisingly not too difficult to do. So I like the idea that it starts off black. I mean, it starts off white, and then it kind of. So the alpha, it could go down to, say, that, but then the colour we can get to black. Maybe we can keep the alpha the same. Go a little bit higher like that, and we can actually have another bit here. Right, and how does that look if we just look at that? Oh yeah, of course I can't actually. You know, let's give that a try. Let's go give it a try in real time. So. Yeah, so it's not great at the moment, but we can work with that. So what we want to do is with the first of all, we actually put this as an object that we can add. So prefabs, in game. Let's have a look. I think if we have board stuff, yeah. So we'll have the smoke PE over here. Yeah, and we can delete it here, and then we've got to work out the exact location in which we've got to bring it, but that's fine. So box monster here, let's go edit this script here. So first of all, let's go put public game object smoke PE, and then now that we've got that saved there, we can put so over here, oh no, actually box monster here. So what we've done in this time, we've got a shape here, smoke PE, which we're looking to just drag this one over here. Okay, right. And if I wonder if I can actually look at this over here. If we just did a bit of a test and we said create empty. So this empty one here, would be about there ish, which is so 0.03, and y is 0.34. Actually, yeah, that's it. So that's our key thing. So 0.03 and 0.04, and then if we were to, I think that would be 1. So maybe 0.97. Yeah. So these are going to be the places where we spawn them. And then maybe the third one will be somewhere else, but we'll worry about that later. So, yeah. Right. So I think that's roughly what we're looking to do. So that's me doing a little bit of planning outside. So, box mini shape. Right. Okay. Let's just go public transform. Actually, public vector 3 PE vex. Okay. So transform. Yeah, so what we've got to do is have PE trans equals instantiate smoke PE. It's going to be base trans, and then that's actually all we need to do. Dot get component transform. Okay, this is fine. So we want to have if box monster. Oh yeah, so if it's still got box monster lives is greater than 0. Then that goes there. So now so if it's still got, because obviously the whole point is when it reaches 0, then it's going to swap to being game over. So we don't need to create any more, and I don't want to accidentally create loads of them. So so once we have created, we're going to create it, and it's going to be parented there. So now we want to say PE trans dot local position equals PE vex yeah, I'm going to probably regret this, but we can actually, yeah, again, it's all temporary, it's placeholder stuff. We'll when the time comes, we can probably make it a little bit nicer than this. Okay, so is that all we need to do? Feels like I probably need to do a bit more than that. I guess we can even go. We can even have an else there. So we don't. This bit of code here is technically not needed, but I want to keep it just to be on the safe side. So all we need to do is just come up with the local positions. So. So what we want to do now, box monster go PE vex. Yep, we can actually still see this. Right, so I've got to remember those key numbers from earlier. So technically the first one here will be 0.03 and 0.4. That's fine. And then the next one over here will be 0.97 and 0.4, and then maybe we have something like 0.29 and 0.6. Why not? That'll be That'll look brilliant. Okay, is that all we need to do? I think that's it. So let's see if that works. Yeah, this might not work. Let's go have a look. Okay. If I just go pause, maximised. Okay, so, right, what we're hoping to do is we're going to see it kind of create the smoke at real time. Okay, so it starts to get angry, and then it suddenly goes, rah! Okay, alright, not quite as good as I hoped. No, it should have created another one, but yeah, this is the... I don't know why it didn't create 2, 1, 0. Let's have a little look. Did I... Yeah, it only created 2. Oh, I guess... oh, it has to be greater. Yeah, because it does it at 2, then 1, then... Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that looks a bit better, though. That's kind of like... That's again, it's all placeholder. Things are going to look a little bit better at some point. But yeah, I want to... Yeah, like I say, that's a very early version. But yeah, now I've got to remember how to actually change things. Because I remember it being... It used to be quite easy, and then they made it a lot more difficult. Like, in the name of progress, I'm sure. But yeah, so I think for the time being, I am probably going to call it here. This, yeah, we've had a sort of shortish stream. It's only been like 2.5 hours, but it's just been like kind of, it's taken me a little while to sort of get into the swing again to actually do some game dev. Because the thing with game development is you can't, you know, I could stream, like, for example, Slay the Spire for like probably 6 to 8 hours and kind of lose track of time. But when it comes to game development, you just need to use a little bit more like of your brain, like to like, because you've got to overcome like problems that you're like, wow, I didn't know how to do this, you know. So like, yeah, so I think that's probably about all I can offer for today. I'm going to have a little look to see who I can raid. Thank you very, very much, everyone, for sticking around. And yeah, and I really do. Thank you very much, everyone. All right. Well, I can't remember actually how to actually end the stream now, but it's been a little while. But anyway, right, keep it awesome. All right, rock and roll. Bye for now.
What are you? Level 2? Still gotta create all. Oh, Zach, how's it going? How's it going, Zach? How was your stream? Haven't seen you in a while. What were you up to? What were you doing today? Welcome in, everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Growing Pugs. I work on this game. You can play it and wishlist it on Steam. Finally getting... Oh, back into game dev. What are you working on this time? You made the... Oh, God. It was a tower defense, like, card game, so kind of like Slay the Spire-ish. Also, you just ran into ads. I should have... If I was able to... pause them, I would. So sorry, everybody. Uh, 3A0 is declared. It's not declared in the current scope. Oh. There we go. Yeah, Rumpletown. Now I'm working on a sequel in the game that I made a while ago called Boxitaire. It's like a Tetris but with boxes. I think I remember that. Oh, hey, full box ads.